Hello, and welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Last time we left off, we still needed to build this computer that would run Adobe Photoshop CC at the recommended specs. We have all the parts, so let's get started. We also have some emails that we're going to check, and I'm sure some repairs or possibly builds that we'll accept here shortly. But let's get this PC built and out the door. Get these sides taken off. Okay. Actually, I think we're going to have to take the front off too. All right. Let's get the motherboard installed. Perfect. Let's see. What processor were we putting in this? I think it was this Ryzen 3. Let's put that in there. I really should clean out my inventory so I don't just have a bunch of stuff sitting in it that I may or may not use. Let's get RAM next, because I believe we're putting a liquid cooler in this one. So let's see what we have for RAM. Looks like these are the only two matching ones, so I'm pretty sure it was those. And then we can get our cooler put on. Yep, we've got a Cooler Master Liquid 240, which will take up the whole front of this case. Once we get it all screwed down. Okay. Let's get this lock off the back. And we'll go ahead and uninstall two of these, so we can get our graphics card put in. I believe we were doing the RX 470. Let's get our power supply in. This is the only one we have, so it must be the right one. And don't we have a, yep, we've got a PSU mount. Go ahead and get that put on. So why does this case, this is also an NZXT case, if you use the Elite case, you take this ring off, you install the power supply, then you put these screws in to the power supply, and then you install this ring and do the outside screws. This one, which isn't the Elite case, makes a whole lot more sense. You put the power supply in, and then you screw down all the screws. Maybe they will fix that with an update. Okay. Let's get some hard drive action in here. Storage. Got a 4 terabyte Barracuda. And we've got a 240 gig Corsair SSD. Let's put some, I don't think they asked for any color of cables, but maybe let's put some red ones in. Oh yeah, this is not a modular power supply, so never mind. We'll have a few red cables anyway. Glad I'm using this power supply. Modular ones are so much nicer. Get everything plugged up. Let's see. I do believe that is everything. Let's connect these cables so we can start this guy up. Make sure it runs. Let's get our little USB drive. And let's see if it powers up. I'm going to go ahead and go into the BIOS. I want to make sure the RAM is running at its full speed. Okay, so let's let that load up. While that's doing that, I'm going to start reassembling this case a little bit. Get the front panel on, get the side panels on. We've got a PCI lock. Let's get this. So it looks like we're good to go. Let's power it down. And let's move it out in the hallway. Okay. Let's get in our email here. So this is the one we just built. Let's go ahead and collect that. Only 4 stars. Okay. Got some more 1060s. Man, it'd be nice if they'd unlock some 1070s, 1080s, 2060s, 2070s, 2080, 2080 Ti. I'd like some nice high-end parts. Okay, so it looks like we've got a couple of emails here. This one's looking for an upgrade. The computer thou built for me, it was a triumph. If thou couldst have seen the jealous counter nuances arrayed at my LARP group meeting when I told them of its power. Alas, it was not to last. Man, this is some hard reading. Feudal Fantasy 13 recommended spec has been released to much critical acclaim, but it is runneth not as well as I had hoped. I have grass and shadow settings at medium, yet I still cannot reach 60 FPS during battle. They make a mockery of me in our LARP group chat. I entreat thee, upgrade this computer so that I may see the glory of max settings and show everyone that I am not simply a fool to be laughed at. So they basically just want to play a Feudal Fantasy 13 at the recommended spec with a $1,000 budget. So we'll accept that. Let's see. Hi there. I bought a gaming rig from you a while back, and it's been having some issues. I got it with a wicked CPU cooler, but it seems to be overheating. Any idea what's going wrong? Diagnose and fix and run 3D Mark. So we will accept that one. Let's go end our day so we can get those to come in and take a look and see what's going on. Okay. Let's get these up on our bench. Let's start with this one. Here's one of those weird cases where everything's mounted upside down. Let's cable it up and see what it's doing. See if it starts, see if it runs. Let's get 3D Mark running on it. Oh. So we blue screened. Let's take a look on, whoops. Don't want to remove the memory. Let's take a look here. Let's put some thermal paste on here and put the cooler back on and see if that fixes it. Let's see what this does. Let's see if it blue screens again. That may have been it. So let's let that run, and we'll go take a look at the other PC and see what's going on with that one. Oh, I thought it was about to blue screen. So we need to upgrade this one to play Feudal Fantasy 13. I remember building this in this weird case. Okay. So let's go take a look. That's still working. Let's take a look at what Feudal Fantasy, let's see this one, at a recommended spec. So a Ryzen 7 1700, an RX 570, and 16 gigs of RAM. So how much RAM do they have? They've got 8 gigs of RAM, a 1063 gig, and a Ryzen 5 1600. So let's order some parts. Let's get the Ryzen 7 1700. What cooler do they have? That cooler's probably okay. 16 gigs of RAM. They've got G-Skill Ripjaws. That's going to take forever. Well, that didn't help either. G-Skill Ripjaws Black. There we go. G-Skill Ripjaws Black, and it was 3,200. So let's get that. And then let's get them an RX 570. Let's see. So for $5 more, we can get them an 8 gig Gaming X. Let's just do that. At $1,000 budget. And we're at $815. So I think we're coming in well under their budget. I'm going to go ahead and pay the extra for same-day delivery. So we can go ahead and work on this now. We've got some other emails that came in, so let's see. This PC is done. Let's go ahead and put the side back on it. Power it down and get it out in the hall. We'll grab our parts and let's get this computer upgraded. Where is... There it is. Get the cooler off. Oh, I didn't mean to unplug that. I'll figure out what that is later. Let's get the PCI lock off of here. This is such a weird case. And let's get the 570 installed. Let's get their Ryzen 7 installed, and we will put the thermal paste on there. Let's get the RAM. And let's put their cooler back on. Okay, let's get things wired back up. What did I unplug over here? That's not what I want to connect. I think that's what I unplugged. Let's get this wired up. Make sure it works. Okay, that was interesting. Get it powered up. Okay, so let's get it put back together. How can you tell which side is which? I think they're both glass. And we'll get this side put on. Let's get this out here. Let's go collect some money. Okay. So that was the upgrade. Excellent. We fixed this one. And we got an achievement, bending over backwards. Clear that out. Our good friend Oli. Looks like he needs another PC built. Let's see what we got here. Nice work, PC Builder. You're doing so well in normal career mode that we've unlocked a new hard mode for you to try. It can be accessed from the main menu and has lots of guides and tutorials removed, plus harder missions and less money. Do you think you're the best PC builder out there? Prove it. All the best, PC Building Simulator Team. Well, we may have to try hard mode. We have reached level 10. We are at 4.5 stars, almost 5 stars. RGB case fans, RX 480s. So level 11 will unlock a 1070. Nice. So let's see what Oli has to say. You won't believe it, mate, but I've got signed by an esports team. They saw me playing League and sent me a message. Me and Mom are both so happy we can't stop smiling. Couldn't have done it without your help, so of course I'm coming to you for my next rig. Playing with the big boys now, so I need something beefy. Don't worry about money, my team's gonna pay. You just do what you do best. So he needs a 3D Mark score of 4,200 with a budget of $1,900. So let's go ahead and accept that one. A new PC wanted. Hiya. I'm looking to pay for a new PC. All my mates are playing Counter-Strike Source minimum spec, and I want to play it too. Can you make this your #1 priority, please? I worry about used parts. Sent from my phone. So a Counter-Strike Source at minimum spec with an $1,165 budget. I think that's doable. So we'll accept that one. Hello. Can you repair something for me? Whatever's broken, you'll need to have a look at it to work out what's happened. I was playing with the jumpers and I think I connected the wrong ones. It's getting a bit hot. Could it be the dust? It's urgent, so please hurry. It looks a bit bland in there. Some plastic purple cables might make it look nicer. Plastic purple. Do we own plastic purple? Let's take a look at cables. Plastic purple. There's a plastic purple. Any other plastic purples? Sleeved plastic, plain purple. Tight plastic, plain purple. Let's go with those. We'll get them on the next day. I'm going to step away for just a moment and get a build put together for this so we can get parts in, and I will be right back. All right, so get back to the shop here. So for Ollie, for his 4200 3D Mark score that he wants, we're going to go with a Ryzen 7 1800X, a Gigabyte AX370 gaming motherboard, 32 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaws 5, an MSI GTX 980 Ti, EVGA 450 watt power supply, Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte hard drive, a Corsair Force series SSD, I think it was a 480 gig, and an NZXT S340 Elite black and red. And then we've still got to build or get a build sheet for this Counter-Strike one. So take a look here. Counter-Strike source, minimum spec, 1 gig of RAM, 3 gigs of VRAM, 2 gigs of storage. Okay. So let me get a build put together for this, and I'll be right back. All right. So for the CSGO build, we're going to do a Ryzen 5 1400, 1 stick of Corsair Dominator Platinum. I think it was 4 gig, 3000 MHz. We're doing this Mortoni A320M, a GTX 970, 300 watt power supply, 500 gig Seagate Barracuda, 240 gig ADATA SSD, a Cooler Master, a MasterCase maker, and I don't think I got a cooler for it. Let's see, let's go here and let's get a Cooler Master, Master Liquid 120. Make sure we got everything for both builds. Why is there no cooler for this build? Did I not click on it? We're going to do a 240 on that one. Well, let's get a Cooler Master, Master Liquid 240. Well, let me go through all this stuff real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, let's order this and get it on its way in. And we'll go ahead and end our day so stuff can come in. Let's see. Let's get this up on our bench. Which build was this? Oh, I didn't accept this one. Let's go ahead and accept that so next time it'll come on in. So let's do the Counter-Strike PC first. Let's get everything taken off of it. Get these drive bays out of here. I don't know if the might mount up here in the top. For the cooler. Yeah, we can mount that up there. Okay, let's get the motherboard in. And it was the A320, I believe. I didn't put our little sticky note on here. Let me get this screwed in, and I'll go grab the sticky note. We know who this build is for. This one was for Azuka. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's get their CPU in. And that was a Ryzen 5. I already have one in stock. And their memory. Get these out of the way. Let's get their graphics card in, which I think was this 970. Oh, I think I only needed to remove one of those. Let's put one of these back in. Let's get their cooler. Get the power supply in there. Oh, we need to remove this ring. Now we'll get the power supply in. Let's put that ring back. Okay. Let's get their hard drive. Let's see. What we need to... Does it come out from the front? Okay. Get that in. Let's see if we can get the SSD. Install the SSD there. There we go. And then do I need to reinstall this part? Excellent. Okay. Let's start wiring stuff up. Don't think they asked for any specific color. But red will go nice with this case. We'll get the fans connected. Don't know if I put thermal paste on here. Did I put thermal paste? I better take this off and double check. Because I don't remember. Well, let's do it now. And put that back on. That was the 120. Okay. Let's cable this up and see if it starts. Oh yeah, we've got to plug that in. That'll make it fail. Let's get the USB drive and power it up. Go into the BIOS. Make sure the XMP is turned on. And while that's starting up, I'm going to start putting pieces back on here. If I can remember how to put it back together. Let's see. Add a handle. Add this top panel. There we go. Okay. Let's get this out in the hallway. And we'll go ahead and accept our money for it. So in the next episode, we'll go through these other emails. We'll get working on Ollie's computer, which we'll go ahead and put his card or his sticky note there and his case. And we'll get through the rest of these emails and continue working on some PCs. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to catch more of my content as soon as it goes live, be sure to click the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it to be alerted as soon as a new video goes live. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode.